Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Billy Darlington with Combat Sports UK. I'm sat here with Cory McKenna. Cory, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm brilliant. Yeah, sorry. I was just saying, sorry to get you up this early in the morning. I know. Got your coffee in hand, getting ready for the rest of the day.
It's as big as my head. It should do the job.
So I know you're in California right now. How is that going for you? How's your training camp going?
Yeah, really good. I just got back to Sacramento like late last night. Drove back from San Diego. I was there for a month training with like Angela Hill, Jessica Penne, and everybody. So it's been going really well. Like got some really high level girl bodies. Now obviously I'm back at Alpha Male to finish camp off with the girls here and the coaches here. So yeah, it's been great. Couldn't ask for better opportunities.
Yeah, brilliant. So you got your fight coming up soon with Cheyanne Vlismas. On paper, you're pretty even. Same record, obviously the same weight class. How do you think that fight's going to go?
Honestly, like it's one of those ones where I feel like it's sorry. It's a well matched fight. Like I'm not gonna go calling like it's gonna go to a certain place. Like she's training at top gyms. I'm training at top gyms. Like. I'm improving my weaknesses daily. I'm sure she's doing the same. So honestly, I just think it's going to be a really high level, well-rounded fight. And I think it's just going to be like, it's going to be an exciting one for the fans. That's just like, that's her style. And then, I think it's going to be an exciting fight, and I'm obviously going to do what needs to be done to get the win on the night. Yeah,
brilliant. So in terms of game plan, is there anything she brings to the table that you're thinking about a lot, or are you just trying to get a more well-rounded outlook on this sort of thing?
Not particularly. Like with fights, generally, I tend to focus on myself. Obviously, I'll take a look at the opponents and I'll see how like we line up, and like if there is kind of, like game plan per se in terms of like, oh well, it'll be easier if I take it here. But when it comes to training camps and stuff, I like predominantly just focus on myself, like make sure that I'm the best version of me going in there. Because I'm very self-aware. Like I know that there's always stuff to improve on my end. So. I'm just working on my weaknesses every day and making sure that I'm like the best version of myself. Because at the end of the day, like I want to be at a level where I can beat anybody on a bad day. So it's less about them and more about me.
How's your training camp going so far? Is it going well? Any injuries, or are you looking good?
Yeah, no, I'm injury free. Been doing a pretty good job at maintaining that. It's kind of like I said, my last fight has been a big priority of mine. I was trying to get to the fights uninjured because I wasn't doing that for a very long time. So yeah, I've been better about managing the workload. Like I said, I've been working with some very high level girls and everything. I'm training with top level coaches at Alpha Male and whilst I was in San Diego. So yeah, I couldn't ask for it to be going any better.
Yeah, brilliant. So how's your weight cut going? Is that, I know you're still a few weeks out, so you might not be, fully committed, to the difficult part of it yet, but is that, are you do you try and stay consistent, or are you just, are you one of them people that sort of drops off right towards near the fight?
Weight's on track. Like on track for where I'm usually at. So all good. Like say this, like still just dieting down a little bit, not obviously into the cut part per se, but yeah, I'm on track.
Yeah, good. Like, I mean, you're never one of the people that miss weight anyway. So, you're looking pretty good.
Make weight.
Yeah, good. So your last two fights, you had that very, very narrow loss to Elise Reed in London. How did you feel after that fight, and how did that affect you going into your next fight with Granger?
Obviously, I was devastated. Like I say, I'm a very sore loser. Like I don't like to lose. Like that's just not something. Like I'm not ashamed to admit that. But no, I like the main thing for me is I spoke about a lot before the last fight. Like the biggest thing for me was making sure that I go into the next fights like uninjured. I'm not like going in already on the back foot. Which I learned that from the Reed fight. So that's kind of like the biggest thing for me is like I used it as like a learning lesson. And now I'm just making sure that I'm approaching my fight smarter and doing what needs to be done. Because at the end of the day, like once you get in there, no one cares. You know what I mean? So just make sure I'm fully prepared. I'm healthy. And then that way I can put on the best performance and do myself justice.
Speaking of best performances, you did it last time. You went into that fight with Miranda Granger and you became MMA royalty in the sense that you became the first woman to pull off the coveted Von Flue choke. Was that during the fight, when you realised it was on, was this a case of, I know what this is, I'm going to push for it? Or was it just a case of capitalising on the opportunity once you're inside the cage?
Yeah, obviously I knew what a Von Flu was. Once I got in that position, like I also know that they're rare and a lot of people do tough them out. But yeah, once she started yelling at her corner team that she couldn't get out of it, I knew it was a wrap. So yeah, obviously I was gonna stick with it at that point.
And how did it feel once you got that win? Did you know as soon as it happened how big that was, or did it take a little while for it to settle in?
Obviously any win's big. I'm always looking to put on the best fight of my career and everything, and every fight's a step up. So, the win itself was big. I didn't know until Bisping said that I was the first woman to get the Von Flu. So that was pretty cool. That was nice to realize in the moment. Like it was kind of like, oh, this is really cool. And then I was like, oh, it's really cool. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, good. So back to your next opponent, Cheyanne Vlismas. She's had 3 fights in the UFC, 2 wins, but out of the last 2 wins, she's got 1 fight tonight and 1 performance in the night. So she's sort of coming in with a lot of energy into this fight. Do you feel like you're going to try and make a show, or are you just going to try and get the win and walk out comfortably with the W?
I'm just gonna do whatever I need to do to win. At the end of the day, like this is my career. Like obviously I'd love an exciting fight. I love it to be a crowd pleaser, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna do what I need to do to win. I'm not worried about what she wants or what she's doing. Like I'm just gonna focus on myself and, like I say, do what I need to do on my end.
Yeah, good. So it's pretty well documented you've got a good relationship with Uriah Faber and those guys in Team Alpha Male. When you moved over to America from the UK, how was that sort of transition? And obviously it was a long time ago now, so you're probably very settled, but how was that jumping from 2 very, very different places and training with probably very different people?
Yeah, I'd been visiting since I left school pretty much, like here, like on and off. Once I turned 18, I got to the point where I was literally doing 3 months on, 3 months off. So I was already pretty settled out here before making the move a couple years ago. But luckily, like I have a great support system around me here. Like I get along very well with everybody. I have a great group of friends. I have a lot of people that care about me. So it kind of didn't. It felt seamless, like I'd already kind of built a bit of a home here. So yeah, so it wasn't really that difficult a transition at all.
Yeah. So in terms of your corner, how is it going to look for this fight? Are you going to have like a mixture of people, or you're going to settle for mainly alpha male guys, or now you've been training in that other gym, you're going to have some people from there? Like what's going on with that?
My standard corner is Uriah Faber, Danny Castillo, and Jack Mason from back home. Jack's been there since day one. He's my manager. He's my first ever coach. So like he's always there. So yeah, looks like it's going to be the same again, unless something pops up, obviously.
Yeah, brilliant. So in terms of your training camp right now, in terms of training partners, that sort of thing, is there anybody in particular that you're training with, or are you just sort of branching out and trying to get as many people as possible?
Yeah, I mean, there's always, like I said, I just got back from San Diego. Like I said, I was training with Angie and Jessica and like a few of the other girls down there. Like, they got some high level like LFA girls and like, all organizations down there. So that was really good. A lot of black belt chicks and stuff at the jiu-jitsu gym. So been really kind of, like I say, broadening my horizons and making a few connections and getting as much work as possible with the highest level possible. And then, I'm back at Alpha Male. So we have like Macy, Yan, like we have but we have a whole bunch of girls here. So yeah, the level's been high. Like I say, I'm outsourcing and making sure I keep things like mixed up and getting all the different looks that I need to get. So yeah, it's good.
Angela Hill, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she has a fight fairly soon. It might be this weekend. How do you think that goes?
Yeah, I mean, she's very well prepared. I've seen how hard she's working and everything. So obviously I'm rooting for her. Yeah, no, she's fighting Saturday.
Yeah, brilliant. What's your plan for the rest of the day? I know you're up bright and early, got your coffee, you straight to the gym from this, or have you got anything else going on?
Yeah, just the usual a few sessions at the gym and then back to it tomorrow. Yeah,
brilliant. Right, well, thanks, short and sweet. I had a few things to ask. Good luck in a few weeks. We're all rooting for you at Combat Sports UK. The whole country is really. So we're all very excited. thank you very much, Cory McKenna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.